Hi everybody. Hi, it's Sandy Shepherd in Norman, Oklahoma again. Welcome to my kitchen, and I was just trying to come up with some new recipe or some way to make a barbecue favorite that is juicy, yummy, and low-cal so that I can make a special sauce featuring Philadelphia cream cheese and don't have to worry that much about the calories. So what I have come up with, I think my idea is sliders, and the sliders I am going to use ground bison meat and ground turkey breast and mix those together, and that will be a really yummy low-fat burger. So I've already started mixing up the ingredients for my sauce. In the bowl I already have about 4 ounces of Philadelphia cream cheese, a 1/4 cup of your favorite brand mayonnaise. I have a 1/2 cup of ketchup, and so far, let's see what else I have in here. I have some smoky paprika and smoky hot sauce, smoky jalapeno, and I have mustard. I have cider vinegar, apple cider vinegar, and I'm just getting ready to add the last couple ingredients in, which is, I've got 1 red jalapeno that I'm going to dice, and dice it pretty fine because it's going to stand out in this dish. I have a friend who manages a really nice and large health food store in Oklahoma City, and when I started frequenting the store, that's a tongue twister today for me, I noticed that they had buffalo meat. And so I asked my friend about it, and she gave me some of the facts. Number 1, it is the lowest fat content of any kind of meat, poultry, or fish, if you can believe that. One that's real big on trying really strange new things to me if I didn't grow up with them. But I decided to try some of the bison, and the first thing that I tried were steaks. And taking her advice, I just marinated them in a little Worcestershire sauce, and oh, wait a minute, that sounds good. That needs to go in this sauce. But anyway, so a little Worcestershire sauce for about 20 minutes, and they don't need long because you don't want to break down the tissue. There is no fat in this meat. They're very lean. I'm going to add in about a tablespoon of Worcestershire, talking about that. Now to finish this sauce, I'm going to put in 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, but I am going to stir this up and taste it, and we'll make some adjustments then if they seem necessary. I've got this pretty much all blended up. I'm just going to do a little taste test now because to make sure that we've got, like I said, it was going to be a barbecue kind of type sauce, and I want to make sure that we've got the best balance of both sweet and heat going on in here. I think that'll be really good. So, oh, what I forgot to tell you is the very first thing I did, because of the time that it's going to take, I preheated the oven to 400 degrees, and using a large pan, like a broiler pan, I am baking 12 pieces of thick sliced applewood smoked bacon, and we're going to cut those in half after they're finished, and I'm going to use those on the sliders. So reserve some of that bacon grease because I'm going to, in another pan, caramelize some onions also for the top of the sliders. Okay, now what I'm doing is getting my onions ready to caramelize, and all I've done is taken a sweet yellow onion, cut them in half, and now I'm going to quarter them and slice, because we don't want, these are little tiny burgers, so we don't want great big long strips of bacon on there. I think this will be perfect. And then just slice them up about a 1/4 inch thick, and when we get that bacon out of the oven, I'm going to use a cast iron pan, heat it up with about 3 tablespoons of that bacon grease, and I'm going to throw in a splash of balsamic vinegar and about a teaspoon of kosher salt, and let those cook for about 10 minutes. And then we will go on to the burgers. To the meat, add a 1/4 cup of dry red wine, 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of dried thyme leaves, 1 teaspoon of sea salt, and 1/2 of a teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. And then mix it well, but gently. I just showed you all of the ingredients that I mixed up for these patties, and now I've taken half of it, and what I'm going to do, I want from this 2 pounds of meat, I figured that we would get 12 patties. So I have a half of it here that I've shaped into a loaf, and I'm going to half that just with my fingers. I mean, just eyeball it. You can pretty much tell. Another good way to do it is put it in the palm of your hand, and you can feel if it feels the same shape. Now also shape those into loaves, and then divide those into thirds. So another little known fact about bison that is just an interesting fact that you might not know is that in this country we call them buffalo. We've always called the bison buffalo, but in actuality they are not the same species as the buffalo. When you're talking about buffalo, you're talking about Asian and African water buffalo and relatives of theirs, and there is a big difference in them. Now, of course, most people here do refer to bison as buffalo, so even the people with the Wichita Buffalo Company, they call it buffalo. So, you know, anybody's going to know what you're talking about. But those were just some fun facts I thought were interesting. I mean, you know, it's just amazing to me. We learn something new every day. I've just spread the special Philadelphia cream cheese sauce on both the top and the bottom of the buns. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a few just spring baby greens. Since these are little sliders, I thought the baby greens would be good. And I'm just going to put a few of the greens on the bottom of the sliders. They already smell so good. It just took, it took 4 minutes on each side, I think. I cooked them on a medium heat. Now, if you're grilling, it just depends how hot your grill is. Look at, aren't these so cute? They just, and what I did, when I turned them, I put some shredded sharp cheddar cheese on the top of each one. And for the 12 burgers, you're going to need about a 1/2 cup of the shredded cheese. So now we'll just put these on. I'm just doing 4 right now. Now I'm going to take the bacon and crisscross, and then we'll top it with our caramelized onions. And the onions, when they were finished, I used a slotted spoon to remove them and put them back in a bowl lined with paper towels just to absorb the excess grease. And here they are. These are our bison and turkey sliders with the special Philadelphia cream cheese barbecue sauce. And the smell has been driving me crazy, so I'm going to dig into one right now. Take a bite. Oh, they look yummy. Kind of big, but that's okay. They're small. They're big and small. Mmm. 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 Anyone in the family, any member of the family is going to enjoy this. And what a way to come up with something that's a little bit more lean and a little bit healthier for you at the same time. And the kids are going to love these because they're so tiny. Be sure to put out, let me put this up here, be sure to put out the rest of that Philly barbecue sauce in a bowl and let people use it for dipping because it is delicious. Of all the years that I've made my own barbecue sauce, I never once thought of putting Philadelphia cream cheese in it. Fix your favorite beverage or soda or adult beverage. I hope you enjoy these recipes. I can't believe it's week 7. We only have 1 week left to go, girls. So, Paula, Real Women of Philadelphia, I'll see you on the last dessert.